Yes, welcome back to Watea Valley, everybody. I have to start off by saying I've had an absolute shocker. I had recorded actually most of this episode just before, and then I went ahead and permanently deleted it, so what an absolute idiot I was. So what I'll do is, well, obviously I can't undo that stuff that I did before, so I'll just go through and just summarise a few of the things I've been up to recently, off recording I should say, and then we can get on to expanding the farm just a little bit more. If you remember last episode, we went ahead and got our sheep sorted, and so we've got 10 sheep up there producing a little bit of wool, not much at this stage. But what I've gone and done is, obviously we've been producing quite a bit of silage over there in the silage pits, and byproduct of that is digestate. Spit it out, we'll get there eventually, and that's what I'm using this, get back in. And that's what the slurry tank's all about. I go and fill it up at the biogas plant with digestate, and then I can use that liquid as a fertiliser, and of course it costs nothing at all, unlike the other artificial fertiliser, which obviously costs quite a bit to fill up your tanks. So I decided to do that just to try to save a few costs in the meantime while I'm trying to build up a base of money. And we're just on field 5 right here, the big field. So I've fertilised most of it, but I've had to go and refill the slurry tank. One thing with these slurry tanks is they do actually chew through the fertiliser quite fast, so just got to watch that. But what I'll do here is I'll set off the worker, and I've got it set to use, rather than buy new fertiliser, it goes and uses the stuff that's in the tank up the hill there. So that will make life a bit easier and be a lot more cost effective. So we'll get this worker on his way, or her way, and let's get on with a few other things. Now, one thing I've been meaning to do for a long time is get a bloody water blaster, because my vehicles are dirty as. So I went ahead and picked one of those up, and here it is there, what a beauty. Okay, one thing I did last episode was I went and sold a whole bunch of canola, and as you saw right there is a high demand for it. What actually happened was I went and offloaded a bunch of it and sold a whole lot of it, and made quite a bit of money as I stuff up by releasing my weight instead of picking up the trailer right there. But it looks like, just as I jumped in the screen there, that a increased demand has come along, so that's great. The unfortunate thing is I haven't got that much canola left, but we might as well go and sell it while the price is hot, and we'll have to go and replant some more. At the moment in those fields over there we go, I've only got 18,995. In those fields over there, I think I got soybean, from memory, soybean and wheat are the two things planted in my 5 fields. So we'll get that done there, and let's go and take off down to the shop, and the grain mill, and go and sell this stuff and make some money. Here we are, arriving in the grain mill. Watch out for these pedestrians. You never know what they're going to do. They just walk indiscriminately across the road, not looking both ways. Very unsafe. We rip up over the top here. So 18,995. Whoa. It was going for about, what was it, 1,200 odd. So it's going to be a nice little payday right here. Just increase our funds a bit more, and just gives us a bit more flexibility to go and do a few more things on the farm. So we empty that out, emptying out the little back trap there, and the money is scooting up. That's what we like to see. This bigger trailer certainly is quite handy, there's no doubt about that. And there we go, we made 23,937. That's a nice little payday for that canola, which obviously has got an increased demand at the moment. High demand, I think it's called, and then a great demands when it's in blue. So what I'll do, guys, is let's go up to the biogas plant. I'll just show you what I've been up to up there. And here we are, arriving at the biogas. And as you can see on the left-hand silo up there, there's not much of that silage left. I've just been using that to sell from time to time, just to keep my cash flow going and keep out of debt. But one thing I have done, if I went and mowed a couple of fields, and we created a whole lot more. Well, we're about to create some more silage, and we've got about 500,000 litres in here. So that should really help keep cash flow going. Man, that cover looks a little bit raggedy, doesn't it? It's fraying at the edges. And you can see that field in the background there, the one that was dirt. I transformed that into a grass field. So here goes the digestate tank right here, team. Now if we just roll on up to it, as you can see, it's 100,000 litres, but the guy out in the field's using it at the moment, and so it's obviously going down. Okay, back into the farm, and why don't we use the water blaster? Since we're here, we may as well use it. I only washed this tractor before, so it doesn't really need much of a clean, but let's do those wheels. They'll get dirty as soon as I roll out of here, but hey, what the hell. Got this water blaster, might as well use it. Doesn't improve the vehicle at all, doesn't have any really tangible value cleaning vehicles apart from they look decent. And it makes it easier to see out the windscreen, which a couple of my vehicles were looking pretty shoddy, it would be fair to say. So we'll give that a good clean. And at least our vehicles will be looking quite smart. Put that away, let's go and jump out back on that field, eh? So here's our slurry tanker, just finishing off these little mist parts here. I'll do that manually. And as you can see, our first stage of growth has taken hold. So I don't know what's happened there. We've got timing issues. I don't think I had it on accelerated time, so I'm not too sure what's going on as I jump out of the tractor as it's moving. Not a safe thing to do. But we've just got this little bit right here. And then that will be, I think it's the second level of fertilisation that's been put on this field. So it still needs one more level from memory. Let's go and check it out. And yes, it needs one more level. Those two middle fields actually need a little bit more, so we need to get that done. And we're taking a look at our sheep here, and as you can see, we've got 95% cleanliness. And it was a lot lower than that before, but of course I lost the video. So I'll just redo this just to show you what I was up to. There's a little bit of grass sitting outside the trough there. You might be able to see just a couple of meters in front of my bucket. That's the mess. You just got to scoop that up and you can go and ditch it somewhere, or you can just put it straight back in the trough, and that's what I'll do here. And that will improve... Oh, geez, can't drive. That will improve the cleanliness of the sheep and will help with their productivity. So it's important to make sure you keep that up as close to 100% as you can all the time. And that sheep just walked right underneath my tractor. He has no fear. So keeping those sheep pretty well organised there. There's only 10 of them, pretty easy. Here we go actually. If we just jump out and go over here. Here goes some wool. It's too heavy to pick up, but there's not much there at the moment. Okay. Fields 1 and 2 with my soybeans are ready to harvest, and I've just set the straw swathe on. It's not going to work for this particular crop, but I just got to remember it because I've got wheat in my other fields, and I definitely want to have it on because I want to make some straw bales later on. Hay bales, that is, or straw bales. Anyway, so we're into field number 1 here. We've got soybeans, and currently there is a high demand for them, so hopefully that will stay put while we harvest these, and then we can go and sell them for and make quite a bit of money, hopefully. Okay, we're just approaching the combine right now. We completed field number 1 and filled most of the trailer up, and now we're just completing field number 2, halfway through it. This trailer can hold 31,000 litres. If we take a look there, yes, great, the high demand is still on. So what we'll do is we will go and dump this straight in at the grain mill and hopefully reap quite a bit of reward from that. So we'll just wait for this to fill up. So 28,000 litres, working our way up, and you can see over the fence here actually that our grass paddock has started to grow again. Now one thing I need to do is fertilise that next time, because from what I understand you get a massive return. Not far away from the grain mill here, as long as these cars get out of the road and I avoid these pedestrians who have a death wish. Managed to manoeuvre my way around them, and we'll just move up this ramp here. Oh, just about clipped it, no problem. And at $1,800 per 1,000 litres, this is going to be a nice return here. Look at that money skyrocket up. Nothing better than earning a ton of money at 7:30 in the morning. And 57,633. Get in there, boy. That is an outstanding return. And yes, it's still in a higher demand even after that load. Okay, so field number 2 has been completed. We haven't got quite a full trailer load here, so I'll just get rid of the rest of what's in this combine, and then we'll go and sell this trailer load and make some more money. Okay, maneuver our way around the farmyard. There's our sewing machine right there. And look, I probably would prefer just a little bit more horsepower lugging this trailer around, but this tractor, it does the job okay. It struggles up the hills just a little bit, particularly with a full load, but hey, gets there in the end, and hey, without much money, I'll take it. Right, time to offload this. What do we got? We've got 23,000, so the best part of 24,000 litres. So I would say this is going to be up around the $40,000 mark, which is going to be once again, a really nice return. I mean, basically, almost had exactly 100,000. Yeah, 43,000. There we go. 57 before. So yeah, that is actually exactly $100,000 from those two fields for soybeans. You little beauty. I love it. Okay, now I've fertilised both fields 1 and 2. We're just going to replant them straight away with soybeans, given that we've got nothing in our silos, and we just want to make sure we keep up with supply. So we'll just park our tractor over here in the fertilizer, and what I'm going to do is I just want to basically make as much money as I can with what I've got left over here at the moment, apart from grain that's not on a high demand. And so what I'm going to do is I want to go and empty out the rest of that silo up at the biogas plant. So I'm going to buy this bigger shovel, which holds 6,000 litres rather than the 1,000 litre one I've got for this tractor. And that way I can get the rest of that silage up at the biogas plant, sell it straight away, and that will leave a nice pool of money. Because one thing I want to do before the end of this episode is go ahead and buy some more sheep. I want to keep building our sheep supply. Okay, I'm having a bit of trouble attaching this bucket, and the more I do it, the more I'm thinking this bucket does not go with this tractor at all. So I think I've had an absolute shocker here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, no matter which way I do it, I just can't seem to attach it. Okay, lesson learned. That bucket does not fit that tractor, so I'm going to go ahead and just lease the leaper, loader, wheel loader, and I'll grab the monster bucket. There it is there. I've leased that also. And it's going to cost me about $11,000 or $12,000, but I've got enough silage left over in that pit to make this definitely worthwhile. Now I'm just going to grab this other smaller bucket that I stuffed up by actually purchasing, and I'll return it to the store, sell it straight away. I'll get a nice little price for it, I'm sure. And then we'll take the lever up to the silage, up to the biogas plant, and we will sell the rest of that silage out of pit number 1 on the left. Throw that in there, be sure to back your wheel loader out of there so you don't sell that also. And let's go around to the selling point. Excellent. Hello. Okay, done and dusted. This bucket is obscene. Every time I see it, look, I mean, that wheel loader's struggling a little bit to actually hold it. Oh, I love it. Anyway, I think I've got about 120,000 litres there or thereabouts. What have we got? 125,000 litres of silage, which at the moment I think it's about $450 per 1,000 litres. So we're probably going to get about $40,000 or $50,000 by the time the price reduces as we as demand reduces, because we're going to dump a whole lot in the sale point there. Demand's going to go down and prices are going to go down too. Okay, so let's back it back up. We've got 99%, 31,000 essentially, just over 30,000 in fact. And that would be 30 trips with my little blue tractor with its normal bucket on, and I wanted that 6,000 litre bucket, which still would have meant 5 trips for the price of 1 here. So it's only going to take me probably 3 trips to get the rest of this done, maybe 4. So we'll just lift this up, throw it in there, and we'll get a half decent price on this first load, but I would expect as we keep dumping the rest of this, it's going to go down, and we're going to reduce every time we dump that off. Okay, that's nice. What do we get? 13,369. I'll take that. Just a little bit left in the silo here. So I'm just going to scrape down the side, and as you can see, we're up to $157,000. It's a nice little return for the soybeans and now the silage. And there we go. We have emptied out that pit. The good news is, in the silo right beside us there, the one with the white cover on, that's ready to go too. And there is the best part of 500,000, in fact over 500,000 litres of silage in there, ready to be sold once we need to do that. Oh, jeez, man, that tractor is really struggling, that wheel loader I should say. So we'll just dump this a little bit off, and then the last thing I want to do is take that blue tractor back up to the sheep, and how about we go ahead and buy, say, 10 more sheep? Let's do it. Okay, we're back up at the sheep farm. We've got our little blue tractor with its little bucket on the front, and we'll just go over to this buy and sell point here, just jump around the front, and 4,000 per sheep, same price as usual. So let's buy 10 of those. There you go. Cost us $2,000 because we're not transporting them. Yes, I really do want to buy them. And let's jump back into our tractor and we'll go and check these little puppies out. I don't think it actually will change the visuals that much. I think it'll still look like I just have a few sheep wandering around, and yes, it hasn't really made much difference there. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. 10 sheep. We're now up to 20, starting to build the farm quite nicely. I want to say a huge thank you very much for watching. Make sure you tune in for the next episode where we'll be looking to buy some new equipment, so that'll be good. And until next time, everybody, take it easy.